What's going on, guys? Today's video is going to be a little updated battle belt setup video. I had a few people ask me some questions on this, so I figured I'd revisit it since some things have changed since the last time you guys have kind of seen this. The base belt is still a TyrTactical Gunfighter belt. Love this belt. I had the Ronin. I was a fan of it, but it was a little bit too stiff for me. I like the Tyr because it's a little more flexible on the actual outer belt. The inner belt is what's stiff, so you're not stacking two stiff belts on top of each other. That was my issue with the Ronin. Still a really good belt. Both of these belts, with the Tyr and the Ronin being A1, ready to go belts in my opinion, having owned both of them. But TyrTactical Gunfighter belt, and I am running a Doughboy Blades Cuttlefish in the front. More on this guy later in December. This is the same Velcro wrap sheath that you guys have seen in the past couple videos. I run it this way as opposed to straight up and down on a belt. I see a lot of guys running a knife on their belt, and you see them and they have them on the side and they're like, lean to the side, and they're like, I can't, it's the hilt's digging into my rib cage. That's why I run it in this configuration, because I still have full range of motion here in the front. I can still bend over where a plate carrier doesn't interfere with my AVS or whatever plate carrier I'm wearing at all. So that's what I'm running in the front. This kind of comes on and off depending on what I'm doing. I don't always wear this as kind of a niche thing. Don't really need a knife on me all the time. On this side, most of you guys know I did switch out my Safariland mid-ride for the Truenorth Concepts modular holster adapter. Really liking this guy so far. It is a little bit longer than the Safariland mid-ride, so sitting down it takes some getting used to compared to the mid-ride just because of that added length. But the added length is a kind of two-edged sword. You do get a little bit more comfort out of it, being able to drop the holster just a little bit lower than the mid-ride, but then again, when you sit down, it does take some getting used to because it is a little bit longer. The holsters I'm running are still the Safariland 6354DO and the 6390 RDS. The only change I made to the holsters is I added the Ghostmen design portal on the bottom. Seriously, cool product, pretty cheap. It's one of those things you don't really think about until someone makes it and you're like, oh, that's a good idea. So running a Ghostmen Designs portal on the bottom, still running the Safariland QLS, I think, the quick locking system, as well as the new addition to the pistol mags would be the SLR +5 base pads for my Gen 4 17, as well as the SLR magwell for my Gen 4 17. I do have an agency arms, urban combat slide in the mail, so expect a video on that when that comes in. I gotta get a few more parts for it and whatnot, but hopefully that'll be a pretty nice slide to add to the Glock. On this side, I am still running the Esstac double pistol Kiwi with the gap in between, just because I am running the base pads now. I kind of bought this in advance knowing that I was going to put base pads on my mags eventually. Esstac still really good to go. I think it's the best mag system on the market for a belt. I think there are better things for plate carriers, but seriously, super good system. Can't go wrong with it, whether it's on a belt or a plate carrier. Still running the single 5.56 Kiwi here on the kind of 4 o'clock position, as well as the Aptus Design Group's IFAK in the rear. Other than that, that's pretty much the belt setup. Not much is really going to change on this. I'm pretty happy with it. Another thing, I am still running the Safariland leg strap. You guys probably can't see that, but I'm still running the Safariland leg strap and all that good stuff. So if you have any more questions on this, leave them down below. That brings us to the end of the video, guys. If you made it here, thank you so much for watching all the way through. If you could leave a like and a comment down below, I'd really appreciate it. It helps get my videos out there to new people, kind of get some ideas brewing in their heads if they're on the fence on some of this stuff. So if you could do that for me, that'd be awesome. And as always, thank you guys for watching.